Lesson 8, Unit 6. Risk Management Improvement. Once you have the recommendations from the Risk Plan Evaluation or Risk Audit, you can update the Risk Management Plan. This includes updates to the risk log, the risk preventing plans, the risk contingency plans, and the risk budget. The discovery of new risk or changes to the levels of impact and probability requires an update to the original risk log. This will also result in changes to the risk factors and the priorities you need to focus. The updated log will have changes in the strategies to respond to the risks, and you will need to review and make changes to the original responsibilities assigned to manage the implementation of preventive actions. Changes also occur due to the probability of risk as time moves. The levels of probability and impact of all risks will change. At the start of a project, a risk might have low impact but high probability. By the end of the project, the risk might have low probability but high impact. The impact of the project in its early stages is limited because the project has not used any significant resources, but mid through the project, the risk has more impact because more resources were invested. If a significant risk occurs at this time, the project will have less resources to respond to the risk event. Probability is a function of time. An event has more chance to occur if there is enough time. With less time, the event has less probability of occurrence. Once changes to the risk log are completed, you will need to update your risk response plans in three areas: the preventing plans, the contingency plans, and the risk budget. The preventing plan will require updates to reflect the actions needed to avoid, transfer, or minimize the impact of risk to the project. In most cases, the updates are on the priorities and assignment of new responsibilities. Contingency plans focus on those risks where it's not possible to build preventive actions. They will also include updates on priority, responsibilities, and resources the project can use in case a risk occurs. And the risk contingency budget would also require an update to reflect the updates on impact and probability and the costs associated to respond to a risk event. As a project manager, you are responsible to communicate all key stakeholders on the changes to the risk response plan. The communication should include the most important changes that were made to the plan, with a special emphasis on the risk priority list and the names of the risk owners. Communication to the stakeholders should highlight the new risk priorities and the actions you have devised to mitigate the impact of those risks. Project risk management requires a considerable investment in time and resources if you want to obtain any benefits. A good practice is to continuously adjust the risk management process to achieve the best results for the efforts invested. The objective is to make the process as efficient as possible by reducing the steps that do not produce an outcome that is proportional to the effort required. It does not make sense if you develop a complex process to deal with risk management that ends up costing more than the cost the process is trying to avoid. You should aim to learn as much as possible from every risk event and apply the lessons to the plans and processes to build more efficiencies and reduce the steps or actions that do not add value. At the end of each project phase or at the completion of a significant milestone, you need to capture the lessons learned in managing the project risk. For example, the lessons learned with the benefits of including stakeholders in the identification of risk, ensuring that each risk has a team member responsible for managing the response strategy, and the need to monitor risk on a regular basis. Their levels of probability and impact will change over time.